Welcome, viewers, back to Heart of the Machine, where we have just now completed the uterine replicators investigation for the Wastelanders. We're just about to finish uplifting the raccoons, and which is passive, but meanwhile we do have to plant a bunch of bombs to finish down with SecForce. So that's pretty much where we're headed for this episode, is run around planting bombs. The way we'll do that is by turning on project related street sense. We have a few units capable of doing this. Right here we have Tech 59XX, who's going to hop on board the TYS Lion. The Lion can then transport him and the other tech over here, where we can plant bombs. Let's do it. Make sure no one's shooting at them, and then 59XX, you have 2 more moves. P504 is 3, so we'll send you out to set those charges. Looks like if you do that one, they're going to shoot at you, so you'll get as close as you can this turn. Actually, maybe yeah, you'll do that. You'll get close there. That's your last move. You are marked defective. Maybe that's why they were shooting at you. Let's give you a fresh identity. Next, we are going to send... I guess we're going to use the combat droid here. We're running a little low on prismatic tungsten. This takes 25 each, so we're going to run out, which means we need to send somebody to pick up prismatic tungsten for us. Luckily we do have a Mind Runner. Mind Runner is an expert Shadow Dweller. And if we look at resources in Street Sense, let's pick one that's not being swarmed by bad guys. Well, yeah, look at this. We could hop her in there and steal. It's interesting. They only react to her if she attacks. If we hop over here and steal prismatic tungsten, we get a new option that has always been grayed out for us, which is sneak past with expert Shadow Dweller. The alarm at this location must not be active. Okay, we're not going to do that. We could take advantage of the chaos, though, which is 78%. We'll do that. Yeah, and that gives us 300 success. So we'll try sneaking past at a site where the alarm hasn't gone off. Maybe this one? Yeah, alarm's still going off here. Okay, never mind. Is there anywhere else? Nothing else that is close enough. This one will do, though. Alright, this one doesn't have an alarm. Sneak past is 2 possible outcomes. Success or fail. Okay, so yeah, it's just standard success, 379. Not sure how you'd fail that, but feels like maybe a random chance. Let's move you back out of there, just so you're not sitting somewhere dangerous. That gives us a lot more prismatic tungsten to work with, so we can continue planting bombs. We have 3 more actions this turn. I suppose you can plant some bombs for us. That's it. 1 more mental energy. Anyone else who's in range of bombs? Yeah, you can do it. Great. That's turn 293. Let's move to turn 294. Remembering what we're worried about. There are some Vorsaber agents moving about. There are some Yinshi Wellness agents moving about. They're these war raptors, but they don't seem to be attacking us. There's some more Vorsiber soldiers. There is some Nath vertical soldiers. There are some Graph Industries guys. And a new contemplation there. Great. That's the end of that. Let's move on to turn 294. I don't think we're going to see any battles play out in our vision range this turn. So maybe we just watch this traffic jam and see if it ever clears up. That is a high altitude military transport. The rest of these are trade ships. Turn 294. Yeah, they're all just stuck here above the spaceport, it looks like. Alright, uplifted minority. We did successfully uplift the raccoons in this timeline. Down to one, well, only one murder from the very beginning, which was unavoidable at the time, since I've heard that, or I've read that it has been changed so you can skip this, or do this without murdering. We've captured 16 parkour bears, converted 2 mechs, we've killed a lot of people with liquid metal in tight spaces. Raced 6 androids, rescued some dogs. Overall, feel like we're doing pretty good. We're going to continue on this timeline and see what happens in this military invasion and what happens when we finish blowing up SecForce. We do have a lot of worker sledge just randomly wandering around the city, encountering Vorsiber. This one's actually getting shot at. We're going to have to go rescue him. Where is that? 3 enemy attacks planned, in fact. One there, which just seems to be a flyby. And one way over here, which looks like, hey, this rebel is getting shot at by this convictor, and that's going to hit our building. Hard to say how much damage it's going to do to that parkour bear building, though. Still has 3 turns. 3 construction turns remaining somehow. Idea ready housing expansion. That's just wind engines. Wind engines, it always recommends you build those as soon as you get the robotics. So we will go ahead and drop that down. The question for these is always where, because we're clearly out of city space. Maybe in this parkland. Robots don't need parks. Okay, continue blowing stuff up. Project related. We have a mind runner here who can set some more charges for us. Looks like just a couple left and we'll have this. Maybe 2 more. Anyone else in range? Yes. Last one. Down with SecForce, project completed. Which was a timeline goal somehow. Is it justice? Question mark. Well, yeah, we were probably just murdering people, but whatever. They're dead now. Pretty much same stats as last time. It looks like it just picks like a random selection of stats. The overall stats are in the history table here. Action statistics. There's quite a few. We'll revisit that at some point. Getting pretty close to where we should hop into the end of time. Before we do that, I do want to see what this military invasion cooks up. It is a lot of turns. I think we have some contemplations to look at, though. Yes, indeed. There's one there, one here. Plus, we do want to go and clean up all of these soldiers that are getting riled up. Let's start with the contemplation. We can't use units tied to our shell company. Can we use Mind Runner? Yes. 3 mental energy to get there. Let's clean up this tech and bring the lion back. make sure it doesn't get shot on the way. But yeah, I guess we'll bring the line over here. We'll drop Tech P504 onto Homo Obscurus contemplation spot. The Wastelanders have a delicate request. They figured out that your shell company is tied to you and that you have geneticists on staff. They vow to keep your secret. The mechanical problem with the uterine replicators are solved, but the incident shook them. Without technological assistance, they are completely sterile. They want to use gene therapy to transform themselves into a self-sustaining divergent species from Homo sapiens. They don't know how, but are hoping you might. Well, we can agree to help. Which started Wastelander Genome Study, looks like a passive project. The amount of genetic damage that has accumulated is intense. They only have one morphology of gamete remaining to them. Equally challenging, without the radiation shielding of the uterine replicators, embryos undergo fatal teratogenic damage in utero. Oof. Music is kind of interesting right now. We're gonna send TOS Lion over to this other contemplation spot. And we'll send the other tech to submunitions. Needs 200 engineering skill. Luckily we have 890. No problem. Enemy armor is a problem you can no longer ignore. Even your large bore armor piercing rounds mounted on vehicles and mechs are too ineffective for you to face them in a straight fight. Combining gadolinium mesosilicate with prismatic tungsten should allow you to create a new form of shell which gives multiple explosive impacts to the same few centimeters in quick succession. It's basically downsizing the concept of MIRV, multiple independent reentry vehicle bunker busters, to something you can fire from a large vehicle. We'll perform a feat of engineering. This required us to unlock a shapeshifter. Now available, Skystreak armor-piercing missiles and VS-101 Skyfall. Skystreak missiles. The more of this you apply to a single unit, the better it will be, breaking through enemy armor plating, so another armor-piercing option. And VS-101 Skyfall, which is an equipment weapon inspired by your creation of Skystreak missiles. This is the smaller everyday use version. That sounds like vehicles. We take a look at our vehicles. TOS Lion, I don't think you can equip anything, no. And it doesn't really have combat options in its consumables. The Economic Transport RES Intrepid, same story, can't equip anything. TYS Neptune, our Bastion, does now have access to Skystreak armor-piercing missiles, which appear to be very expensive, identical to our current upgraded large bore armor-piercing rounds. So I assume that we can upgrade these and they'll be way better, but right now they're tragically expensive and have no additional effect beyond what our current armor-piercing rounds can do. Neptune, however, can conceivably change his standard guns out for a VS-101 Skyfall, which is a good fear weapon with some armor piercing and some damage capabilities. So yeah, we'll do that. Skylark doesn't have weapons available, so that's not available there. The Spectre has access to large bore armor piercing, but not Skylark. It must be too small. But I can't use the Skyfalls. It's just made all of our ships have significantly better weapons. Not all of our ships. Some of our ships now have significantly better weapons, basically, is what we just did. I'll make sure to set the ones that can. Another thing I've been meaning to do is some of our ships are marked defective. We can just give them all fresh identities now. That's very easy. serious, for example, here. Don't want it getting shot at by mistake. Okay, while we're waiting for the Wastelander genome study to come through, it's time to consolidate our forces once again. Try to reset my north here. But I guess the next few turns, since there's no contemplations left, nothing really... Oh, wait, what's this one? A SecForce supercruiser. This cruiser is on a mission of revenge, and it is destroying our Skylark. Let's get you out of there. Alright, what do we have to shoot this? It has armor plating and 310 armor plating, so we do want to send the Bastion or something else in there to fight it. What's our best combat ship? I feel like it is the Bastion. Foundry is 110, Bastion is 305, troop ship is 230, and Mineport is 130. Yeah, so the Bastion's our best fighter. That's the TYS Neptune. Neptune's we're gonna send him over there. Only 5 mental energy left, so maybe for now we're gonna move you to safety. Do you have a way of shrouding? Yeah, Micro Builder Cloud could fend off some of that damage, I think. Oh no, that only affects... You can't affect vehicles with that, just androids. Okay, well, we'll just fly you out of there and see if you survive. Yeah, you're gonna take 50% damage. We don't have to fly you very far, and the only thing you're doing up here is providing view over the slums. I guess we will bring you a little closer to home. But I kind of want to keep an eye on that thing. Ow. Wow. They did not care about innocent bystanders. They are after us. Let's see if we can bring the Neptune a little closer without getting shot at. How close can we get? I wonder what our range is like compared to yours. Okay, if we keep him here, he's out of range. And it is in range if we shoot. Plus we're above it, so we get a from above bonus. Unfortunately, large bore armor piercing rounds do take mental energy to install, so how many of these do we need? 80%. Because we're gonna need a few. Armor piercing 230. Armor plating 310. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna need 2. Yeah, and then we have 45% damage. We'll hit you once this turn, and full combat full on next turn between our little Bastion and this giant Vorsiber craft, the likes of which we have not seen. SecForce Supercruiser Vorsiber Civic Authority, upgraded armored hovercraft built for suppressing a rebellious populace. These guys are just not nice guys. Okay, turn 295. Let's see what they do. There are 3 other enemy attacks planned. Bulk combat unit, worker PMC, imposter, work sledge. We'll cycle through those. That is worker PMC imposter being targeted by a flyby military troop transport. Over here, what's this one? This is... it's this guy up here, plus all these buildings are getting hit by this convictor who's firing at rebels. He just doesn't care about us as collateral. And this is more of a direct attack directly from a Vorsiber SecForce who happened to see one of our worker sledge. Okay, all of those are interesting, but nothing really seriously threatening. The real news is what happens with this supercruiser. Turn 295. Oops, I looked away and he disappeared. Okay, shot past us. over to here, now attacking our buildings. Looks like he's actually shooting in his bolt Keanu and just doesn't care about the devastation caused. Neptune is, of course, going to chase him. Pretty confident we can destroy it. It's going to take a couple shots. That probably hurt their bottom line a little bit. Hopefully enough that they don't send too many more of those after us. Let's consolidate our forces. Get the line back into an area where we can protect it. We'll go pick up the other tech here with the RAS Intrepid Shell Company Economic Transport, and we will fly you back to safety. Sort of safety, I guess. Over here, Mind, Runner, and Raven, you guys can sit tight. Interestingly, this combat unit is in range of the War Raptor, but it's not fighting us. Our PMC imposters are shooting at it. I feel like they don't really need to, but it also doesn't seem like it hurts us one way or the other. What we do want to do is get this troop ship down here and drop it off over here and see if we can help even these fights out a bit. I feel like if we drop it about here, it's going to be okay. Hold on, make sure these are things. Yeah, these are Vorsiber. We want to fight Vorsiber. We're going to join the UIH over here and attack the Vorsiber. Vorsiber soldiers, squad of 92 with almost 3,000 health. This might be a bit much for us. We do have 8 turns. Luckily we have a lot of predators on board this ship. I am a little worried that it's not going to be enough. Can we horrify these guys? No, they are fearless. What about just demoralizing them? 3%. Okay, so it's pretty much strictly guns. And it takes 3 shots to take one of these out. Wow. Luckily we have the mental energy to do it. This one is already damaged, so he only took 2, or maybe it was a smaller squad. Great, we kept those War Raptors alive. Woohoo! Yay us. Let's see if we can go help anyone else. There's one more Vorsiber here, a little bit out of range. That's the one we actually meant to help in the first place. Can we hit it without moving? No, we do need to move. Oops. It turns its attention to us, and that is guaranteed death for the Sirius unless we're able to destroy it. This could be bad. Okay, we knocked it down to 181, and now we're only taking 68% damage. Whew. Okay, that would have wiped out Sirius and everyone on board, so let's be a little more careful when moving around for super soldiers with a troop transport when we're low on mental energy. Okay, let's set turn 296 and see how this plays out. Wow, we did not have enough deterrence there in the form of the sledge to take out those Vorsiber soldiers. They're shooting again at Sirius. We have 4 other enemy attacks planned. It looks like they're all against sledges, although one of them's Sirius. So let's take a look at the KES Sirius first. Make sure we can handle this. We could shoot it with the ship itself. I think that's going to mark us defective though, and hey, we're already marked defective. No big deal. Let's Shoot him with some predators. One shot gets rid of him. And then we can heal Sledge and ourselves in one go. Is that true? No, that got us to 40%. We're gonna have to do a few of those. Oof, that takes a lot of mental energy. Let's see if there's anything else we can do with these worker sledge first. That guy's firing all the way over here. This one is a PMC who's getting hurt but not dying. And then here, this is worker sledge being shot by 2 Vorciber. This is where we want to send Sirius. Although there's a couple of Vorciber here. These things are just crawling out of the woodwork, it looks like. We're going to head to where we can do the most defensive good, which seems to be about here. Again, we don't want to get so close that they change target to us. And we don't want to be so far away that we can't help. Not close enough. Damn, so we'd have to hop out and shoot. Or we could just move a little bit closer and save us the trouble. Maybe here? Very dangerous. Ouch. Now they're both shooting at us. Luckily, we have a lot of troops on board. With 5 mental energy left, I don't think it's smart to move somewhere where we might be in danger of getting destroyed. 2 enemy attacks planned. We could probably take this guy. It's a sniper. Over here, this is actually a War Raptor attacking our troops. I mean, which is fair. Ours are just indiscriminately shooting the War Raptors. Let's target them less preferentially still than UIH when we're actively targeting. The passive shooting, I don't mind if it hits them so much. Oof, this battle is really getting pitched. Is there anything else we can do in the meantime with our remaining 5 mental energy? We could really turn on the Revelation, but I don't think we need it. Yeah, let's do that in a timeline where we don't have so much to lose. 5 more mental energy. Any contemplations? No. I guess we're going to use this time to just consolidate forces. Maybe make some more bulks. That's what we should be doing. What's our bulk situation? Yeah, we have 12 more bulk points we could spend. That only takes 3 capacity for a Nickelbot. They're pretty decent. Bulk Predators would be really nice too. We could only make 1 of those, or we could make 4 bulk Nickelbots. Let's make the Nickelbots. We don't really have a lot on sort of the outer fringes. Okay, we could make 1 with that mental energy. I'm not going to bother with another bulk Keanu. Are there any other forces that we're low on? Do we have any vehicles that take 4? Delivery craft takes 4. What about an Iris? Iris is 8, unfortunately. Delivery craft not worth making. I'd also like to repair the Sirius, but that does take 4 mental energy. We only have 2 left. Maybe it's a question of just moving the Sirius back toward where it can get repaired by passive repair. And I guess we just want to retract our forces in general. We have an android optimization idea ready. Faster soul droids. Raven and Mine Runner there. And a Harbinger, which is one we've never seen. Faster ox droids. It looks like we've seen all possible ox droids. Hardened infil droids. We've never seen a mimic. Port droids. Could improve hacking on the soul droids. That's not a bad idea. Or we could make our combat units in general more healthy. Yeah, let's harden them. Okay, 2 enemy attacks planned, no big deal. 39 more turns here. We are accumulating Wastelander genome study points pretty quickly. That looks like maybe 6 more turns to go there. Turn 297. That was a lot of explosions. I don't think any of it was us, though. 3 enemy attacks planned this turn. It's going to be some more workers getting involved or embroiled. It does look like they're taking care of a War Raptor here. These aren't getting built because they're dormant. I see. So you can't build them while they're in dormant state. I wonder if that means we should be, yeah, we should be sending the techs over to do construction on them. Can you do that with any droid? No. Cannot assist. 100 engineering skill required. I wonder if you can assist with vehicles. We have vehicles that have engineering skill, right? Not enough, though. Really not enough. There's some. Let's just take a look at what happens if we hover over this out of range. Which will bring you closer and then hover over that thing. Does it give us the option? It does. Okay, so that's what engineering skill on vehicles is for. Vehicles can directly assist buildings. That's cool. That's something I should have figured out a long time ago. This parkour bear building is dormant. I'm a little worried about that yellow line coming out of it, but it looks like doesn't look like it's going anywhere except for this other building. I don't know why. Okay, with our remaining mental energy, we're still going to just consolidate. We should probably be checking the ledger, make sure there's nothing to worry about there. And I guess we could be sending the Skylark around. Skylark doesn't have... Oh, Skylark does have cloaking. You should be cloaked, Skylark. Let's send you out to keep an eye on the enemies as well. We could also be sending the liquid metal Great Worm out there to destroy Versiber. That would be fun. I think we did lose a vehicle. Because, no, there it is. I thought we'd lost the Lion, but it was just hiding. Lion still has 2 techs on board. These guys should be running around and finishing up these parkour bear facilities for us. Lion can't do it directly, but we can unload and do it. That building is dormant. Good. I guess we should find all of those and finish the ones that I turned dormant. Yeah, we want the deployment stations. So there's 1, 2. Okay, there's one that needs it. And there is our Lion. Probably move about here and still reach it. Oops. There we go. Okay, we have a Marshall expansion idea ready. I'm going to check that out and then pick what we need. Max vehicle capacity, I think, is the best option here. Might as well get some more vehicles going. That, however, is about all we're going to do this episode. Next episode, we will continue the military invasion, continue the Wastelander genome study, and hopefully finish both of those. The other thing we're probably going to do is jump to a new timeline. I can't promise we'll do that next episode. We're gonna wait for these projects to complete, get to the bitter end of this timeline. But yeah, I think we're probably going to jump to a new timeline very soon. So stay tuned for that. In the meanwhile, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're still enjoying the series. I am still greatly enjoying playing this game. It is marvelous in many regards. Consider clicking that like button if you want to see this channel continue. And also consider subscribing if you want to follow more videos as I make them. Till next time, this has been Corknut playing Heart of the Machine. Bye bye for now.